Alrighty, time for some more Watch Dogs Legion. It's been a while since I've actually played this game. Actually, let me update something real quick. Let me update something real quick.
Hey, don't worry. DedSec's here for you, mate.
Alright, perfect. Alright, so it's been a while since I played this game. Let's get back to doing some shenanigans.
Auto drive now enabled.
Enable auto drive, just let that do its thing. A bit slow, but it'll get me to where I need to go. Look at that, even in the characters looking at their phone. Pretty sure this is how the future will be with those self-driving cars. I need a self-driving car. Just to make them legal. That'll be great. Cause then I can just drive around, or rather be driven around. If the car can drive, that's a load off my mind. Which further is it?
Map Lambeth, oppressed. City of Westminster, oppressed. South Hal. Reporting for duty, McKinney Harris at Connie's Pub, Triangle. Missions, L1 button switch tab left, R1 button switch tab right, cross button track, triangle button show on map, directional buttons /next category, circle button back. Reporting for duty. Mission objectives. Meet Kenny Harris at Connie's pub. DedSec is growing. By helping Londoners, the resistance is gaining new members who are key to mission success. Welcome the new recruit and begin the heist to obtain the RE construction tech. Rewards 750. Edo. L1 button switch tab left. R1 button switch tab right.
Alright,
Auto drive now disabled.
let me disable auto drive. I'm driving wrong to the road. He's gonna stop me.
Map.
Yes, I think they're gonna. Let me get off here.
Map. City of South. Reporting for duty. Meet Kenny Harris at Connie's pub.
The pub should be here, I think.
Look where that's got us.
Whoa. How you doing? Do you remember me?
Ah, I can't fucking. Excuse me.
Whoa, calm down, okay? You're making a scene.
DedSec resurgence have prompted Parliament to approve the use of lethal force for Albion contractors. CEO Nigel Cass had this to say.
DedSec terrorists will quickly find that Albion, unlike the police force of this city, is battle-tested and proven in the field.
The Prime Minister's office has called this shoot-to-kill mandate a drastic but necessary
All right.
measure to make
Glad you made it.
safe.
Hey, here's your new gear.
Moment of truth, right?
You've made a new friend.
I can't be part of DedSec and still try to carry on like normal.
Normal, fam. Feds have just said they can shoot us in the fucking streets.
I know it's a war zone and I want to do my part, but I don't know if I could just walk away from it all.
Flip that script, cuz. You ain't walking away. You're fighting to protect what you care about.
Yeah. You're right. I'm ready.
Welcome to the Resistance.
Nice.
Right. Welcome aboard, etc., etc. I'll give you the speech later. Right now, we need you and your big, strong drone friend to get on top of SRS HQ and steal a server. Think you can handle that?
Moving out.
First, let me get some new
Spent some
clothes.
time here when I was younger.
I'm gonna borrow this because I need to borrow it. No, there's
Map.
gotta be
City of Westminster.
a clothes
Oppressed,
shop
disrupt.
somewhere.
Westminster. Square button fast travel. L1 button. Michael Dolomini. Square button operative swap. Triangle button details. St. James's Park. Square button fast. Gentran. Square button operative swap. Triangle button details. L1 button switch tab left. R1 button switch tab right. St. James's Park. Reporting for duty. Reach the heist location. Triangle
There's
button
somewhere I need
details.
to go.
Square button track. L1 button switch tab left. R1 button switch tab right. L2. Shops.
There we
L1
go.
button. Shops. L1 button switch tab.
They ran into me. That's their fault. Everyone saw it.
Shock outerwear, right stick rotate, R3 button toggle close, L1. Shock first right stick rotate, second, third right, 6 right, 5th right, 4, 6 right stick rotate, R3 button toggle close, L1 button switch tab left, R1 button switch tab right,
Let me
cross button
update
Y,
something real
square
quick.
button toggle, back circle button.
There we go, it's better. No, it's not in the way anymore. Okay, let's see here.
5th right, 8th, 7th,
Ooh, I
8th
like this
right
one.
stick rotate, R3 button toggle close, L1 button, second, 8th right, 7th, 8th right stick rotate, R3 button toggle close, L, 7th right stick rotate, 4, 5th, second, 3rd right, 1st, 7th, 1st, second,
Look, I think
right
this
stick
one.
rotate, R3 button toggle close, L1 button switch tab left, R1 button switch tab right. Wardrobe, outfits, right stick, mask, wardrobe, shock, out, innerwear, shock, first, right, second, 5th, 4th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 12th, right stick rotate, R, 11th, 11th, right, 10th, 3rd, 4th, 2nd, right, 5th, 9th, 12th, 11th, 10th, 13th, 14th, right stick rotate, R3 button toggle close, L1 button switch tab left, R, 15th, right stick rotate, R3 button toggle close, L1 button, 3rd, right stick rotate, R3 button toggle close, 6th, right stick rotate, R3 button toggle close, L1 button switch tab
Problem here
left,
with this is not
R1
giving
button
a good
switch tab
description of
right,
what I'm
cross
wearing.
button, 5th, right, 7th, right
This would be a
stick
good
rotate,
example of
R3
like
button toggle close, L1
just
button switch
describing the
tab left.
image.
11th, right, 10th, 13th, 4th, 2nd, right, 5th, 8th, 7th, 9th,
I
10th,
think I'll take this
7th,
one.
right stick rotate, R3 button toggle close, L1 button switch tab left, shock inner, handwear, right stick rotate, left, shock first right, second right stick rotate, 5th right, 4,
Do they have
first
black?
right, second, first right stick rotate, R, shock, leg,
Oh, my
earrings,
kitty.
right stick rotate,
No kitty.
R3 button toggle close, L1
Kitty,
button
come
switch
down.
tab left, R1 button switch tab right, back circle button.
My kitty got on my streaming laptop. Okay, now let's go for the
Inner,
shoes.
glasses, shock, first, 4th right, first right, second, 3rd right, first right, 4th right, first, 3rd right, 4th right, 3rd right,
I think
4th
these will
right
do.
stick rotate, R3 button toggle, shock, shoes, shock, first right stick, second, first, 4th right, 5th right stick, second, 3rd right stick rotate, shock, hand, ward, out, hats right, hair right, makeup right stick rotate, nail polish, outfit, outfits right, back, earrings right.
Alright, so what I bought has already been added
Shock
to the
outer,
warehouse.
innerwear right, hand, glasses right stick rotate, shock first right, second right stick rotate, R3 button toggle close, L, shock glasses, hat, shock first right, second, third
He's making
right
it look like a
stick
paper
rotate,
boy.
5th, 7th, 9th, 3rd, 6th, 5th, 8th, 7th, 3rd right stick rotate, R3 button toggle close, L1, 6th, 5th, 2nd, first right
I'll
stick
take this one.
rotate, R3 button toggle close, L1 button, shock hats right stick rotate, R3 button toggle.
Perfect, now look. Now I'm dressed much nicer. Dude, where'd the car I stole go? Oh, there it is. My blind butt didn't even see it. Okay, now.
Keep it up.
Resume. Map. Resume.
Wait, I forget how to bring up the menu to call my droid. Oh, would you look at that? Yep, and my kitty needs to be let inside. I'll be right back. Kitty, what are you doing over there? What? Alrighty here. Back to what I was doing. Breaking into this place. Let's break in.
Shit. Better be careful.
Perfect. Oh, like an old school car. Nice.
Turn over everything here until you find them. They're gone. Let's head back and regroup.
Alright, let me take this guy out.
Over there. Shut down that spider. Get moving. This is a restricted area.
We want to take him down again. Uh-oh. Oh, my computer's... My kitty's on my streaming computer again. Oh. And for what's gone past. Guess he got knocked out again. Hmm. I don't see a way to get up there, man. Probably just gonna have to.
Map, City of West. Tech. Gad. Gad. Gadgets, missile drone, blocked, a small drone that flies. Hacks, chase drone hacks, acquired, chase drones can be disabled for.
Can't seem to find a way up there. Nothing even in here. Alright, let me just take up one of those flyers.
You finding something?
Looks like I'm not gonna be able to get any of them.
Tech. Map, City of Westminster.
Perfect, I got this one. This one should do.
Drone, stop recording.
There is gonna give him away. You wanna go too? Oh man, I lost the bloom drone. Now I gotta find another one.
How efficient.
Perfect. For good old Balate. But I can't. Ugh, man. I thought maybe I'd be able to get it if I got this guy, but nope. Guess that's not happening. Unless maybe I can... Oh. I might be able to do it. Ah, darn, the weight of it caused it to fall off. That's a shame.
I like it. I like it.
Alright, so since this isn't gonna work...
Map, City of Westminster, oppressed, disrupt propaganda, 0/2, rescue freedom fighter, unlocks mission, like clockwork, rewards, spy plus, skilled operative, tech points, locations revealed, L1 button switch tab left, R1 button switch tab right, L2 view video and R2 button zoom, cross button set waypoint, circle button back.
Alright, let's try this instead.
Joel Chowdhury, square button operative swap, triangle button detail. Missions, recruiter utilizing, team, Kenny Harris, construction worker, Kenny Harris, construction worker, circle button back.
Okay, so you can summon a personal
Team.
drone, but I don't know how to do that anymore, because it's been too long.
Auto drive now enabled.
So it's been... How do I summon the drone?
Back office is none of your business.
Team, Kenny Harris, Recent events, injured and hospitalized Eric Coe, recruited by Operative Gwyneth Griffiths. DedSec saved them from Albion's blackmail scheme. DedSec emptied suspected money launderers' illegal accounts. Spread that DedSec provides cover to criminals. Demographics, age, 51, occupation, construction worker, salary, 15,200, associates, Eileen Loom business partner, Adam Chin former suspect, Katie Alquasabi suspect, Janice Harris sister, metadata, electricity recently disconnected, born in London, England, treated for gout, posted on Q&A site, is looking for the tone bombers, watched video, becoming confident, making friends, failed workplace safety training, statistics, operative playtime, 26M, civilians freed, 0, times incapacitated, 0, non-lethal talkdowns, 7, stealth talkdowns, 2. Kenny Harris, construction worker, circle button back. Gadgets, arc globe. Team, Kenny Harris, construction worker, circle button back. Weapons, Nail gun. LTL 6. Team Kenny Harris. Web. LTL. Team Kenny Harris. Construction worker. Circle.
Okay, let's see here. Alright, let me look that up because I totally forgot how to do it.
Holy fuck! It's a gun! What? Hey, chill out! Gun! Everybody look out! Gun! Gun! I don't want to get involved. No! No, 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 no! Look out! Gun! Motherfucker! Oh, shit!
There we go. Should make fun to play this game, man.
Do you need a hand?
Perfect. Now we'll just take this one up here. Perfect. Oh boy, still nothing. Huh? Alright, whatever, I give up. Oh, now I can hijack this. Alright, let's go over here. See, that took a while. Took way too long, man. Alright, now that I'm done with that, let's go do the mission.
Auto drive now enabled.
Let's go straight to the mission area.
Nice day. That's a pretty good song. Oh, this is a long ride, huh?
How far away am I?
Team Kenny Harris. Map current location L1. 9 Elms oppressed sabotage neutral as VIP photograph evidence. Lamb.
Oh yeah, it's gonna take a while to get there. Hello, Aravis. Hope you're well. It's going. I'm trying to heal. I was cooking the other day, and I didn't have water for a week. So, I accidentally got a little bit burned with the cooking oil. Had to put some ointment on it, and it's making my neck like really, really hard to move and stuff, just because of all the healing the body's doing. Yeah, I think I'm almost healed up. I think it'll be in another week or so. I'll probably be all good because the original burn, I didn't realize this before it happened, but you know, cooking burns can get pretty bad. So fortunately for me, mine's almost done. I've got all of the scabs are basically just done. If I leave them alone, then it'll be good. But leaving them alone is the hard part because it gets so itchy. Oh, a restaurant. Nice, nice. Yeah, restaurants are good. It's very tricky. You have to have at least if you're dealing with customers, you have to have a very specific personality type to be able to deal with that. Like I don't have the patience for that. I'm like, no. That's why I got into tech, and then ironically, I still ended up dealing with customers for a short time. But nowadays, I mainly deal with my own clients. Oh, this one has one of those points that I need. Oh gosh, I like this game. It's my favorite one. Uh-oh. Let me see if I can... It is, because since like I run my own small business around accessibility consulting, so for that I'm essentially like the expert. And while I'm not able to say, hey, these are all of the accessibility issues in your mobile app or your website or what have you, I can say, hey, these are the issues that I have, and this is how you would fix it. But I'm always upfront with my clients when I say, hey, you know, I'm not going to be able to get at everything because it's impossible for one person, regardless of how many disabilities you have, to say, hey, I'm going to cover each single use case and every single disability, because unless you have every single disability ever, you're always going to be missing something. That's the thing that I'm always upfront with my clients. I'm like, hey, I can cover this, this, and this, but there's going to be areas that I'm going to be missing because, like, for example, I know how to make something accessible for the blind. You got to make sure it's usable for screen readers. And then for someone who's completely deaf, you have to have captions, right? But for someone who is both blind and deaf, that's a completely different ball game. Even I don't know how to do that. So at that point, I'd be like, all right, let me find someone who was part of that group and have them help me figure it out. That is actually one of the projects that I have to do for one of my clients coming up in about a month or so. I have to find someone that handles that sort of skill set. Because, like, in my case, like, I know how to test using screen readers and stuff like that. Bro, I can't see your face. Oh yeah, sorry about that. This computer's not set up for viewing my face. But my logo, if you look on the actual thing, the logo is a picture of my face. It's just a cartoonified version of it. Plus my hair looks terrible. Besides, my face would just distract from the importance of accessibility. And as someone with ADHD, I don't like additional distractions. So me not showing my face is part of that reason. Because for me, whenever I'm watching like videos, I get distracted by the face. And I can't look at the gameplay or focus. I'm just looking at the face and I get distracted. So that's one of the reasons why I decided just not to have my face on screen, because for anyone else who is also ADHD and has those challenges, I don't want them to run into the same issue that I have, where they're looking at my face instead of focusing on the accessibility of the gameplay or what have you. In the future, I might change my mind on that. Well, yeah, because for me, like, I've seen other streamers do it, I'm like, that's fine, but for me, like, I get so distracted looking at that, man. I'm like, I can't handle it, you know? But part of me does understand why that happens, because if you live your life without a visual impairment, like lots of other people do, you identify people based on their facial features, right? And in my case, I can't really do that considering I'm not completely blind, but I don't have the best vision. So even if I am looking at someone, I have to be incredibly close to them in order to be able to identify them, right? I have to be close enough to the point where the other person would get uncomfortable to be able to recognize, hey, this is, John or Jane or whoever, right? And unless, the other person knows me and they're cool with me, they're not gonna like that, right? So part of me does understand, like, why it's so popular. Can you put that? That's cool, bro. This video is expensive. Yeah, no, it is. But depending on how you go about it, Karuba, it can be very basic. It just depends. So, like, one of the things that I always preach about to my clients is color contrast it's one of the most easiest things you can do, and it doesn't cost anything, right? Like, so a good example of that is how I have my chat set up, right? So typically for a lot of other YouTubers or a lot of other content streamers, they'll have like a see-through chat, so it just blends in. But in my case, I'm low vision and I can't see that. So like with me, I've decided I'm gonna make it visible so that I can see it. I'm gonna make it bigger so that I can see it, and it helps me out, right? And it might help other people out too. And it's something that, hey, you know, just that thought process of like, how do I make it more visible? How do I make the chat box stand out more? That's just color contrast, and it's very simple. Oh, they found me. I'm gonna beat them up. But yeah, the reason why I like this game is that, as far as I know, it's the first game that literally implemented accessibility on PlayStation in terms of like giving options for you to change things. Nintendo, on the other hand, going back even like to the late 90s, had accessibility in it in terms of like good color contrast. But this is the one where Sony was like, okay, we're gonna change it up and we're gonna make sure that people can make the text really, really big. You know, they're gonna be able to change the text color, text size, what have you, to make it easier for them to play. Okay, now where's my thingy? Okay, so it's down below. And what companies don't understand is that I understand that we live in a consumeristic society, right? You want to make money. But I don't think they really understand that because they're not making their video games accessible. And what people don't understand is people with disabilities also make money. So why don't you want our money, right? If you make a game accessible, then it's going to make more money because people with disabilities are going to be able to buy your game if they can play your game. If they can't, they're not going to buy it. Now, where is the thing? Okay, so it should be around here somewhere. There it is. Okay, so it's right there. Okay, I gotta use my spider thing. Let me find an entryway. There's gotta be an entrance somewhere around here. Is that there? Is that it? I think that might be it. I'm only here to get that green thing for the points. Uh-oh.
What?
Oh snap, run, run, run! Get some. Well, for that, I've seen a lot of talk about AI, and it's a bit tricky because from what I've read on like different topics and stuff, you have to use training data to be able to train the machine, right? And as far as I've seen, there hasn't been a lot of understanding on accessibility. And some of the articles that I've read on the topic have said, hey, you know, they aren't doing it correctly, or they're getting things wrong. But if they do get it wrong, then it just means, hey, more work for me. But and more work for me is always good, because I need more clients. Okay, so now let me keep looking. There's got to be a hole somewhere for that. Gotta find that hole and get into it so I can get that piece. Okay, so this is already here. I already have my own robot. I don't need that one. Okay, so let me check around here. Aha! Found you! Okay, so now... Oh, wait, no. Did I go the wrong way? So this one is my personal favorite, just because, like I said before, it is the first one that I found with that actually implemented accessibility. But since then, this is the one place where the game does really bad at when it gets really dark. I can't see where I'm at. Um, Now I think I'm lost. Um, but yeah, so in terms of your question, Karibu, I have. So the I've played. Some of them have implemented accessibility to varying degrees, different ways. But oh, found it. Nice. Okay, so I'm out of here. I got this tech point. So yeah, so there is the Marvel's Midnight Suns, for example, has some accessibility built into it. Not as much as this game does, but it has some, right? So, for example, one of the criteria when it comes to accessible design for web development or mobile development is you have to, for example, identify who is speaking in ways that aren't just related to text, right? So, using a logo, for example. And in Marvel's Midnight Suns, they actually have an icon, a logo of the character next to the name, so that way if for whatever reason you have a hard time knowing the name, if you're familiar with the comics or what have you, you can understand who is speaking, right? That is another example of accessible design that I have not seen a lot in games, mainly because they always rely on, text to be able to identify who is speaking. Another really good game, if you have not played it, is God of War Ragnarok. That's another good game for me, just because I, as someone with low vision, I'm automatically gonna like a game where I can make the text as big as I want. And for me, at least, I have never. Oh, there's another Albion guy. Let's knock him out. Take down you go. Yeah. So as someone with low vision, I've never actually played any game to the level of God of War Ragnarok where I can make the text as big as I want. Even this game, that does have text that is pretty big, it's not as big as God of War Ragnarok's, and it makes sense because this game, Watch Dogs Legions, came out a lot earlier than God of War Ragnarok, so they had the ability to take the lessons learned from this game and be like, okay, they had text pretty big, but let's make it even bigger in our game, right? Other than that, there's also the Saints Row game. That game didn't do a lot. It didn't get a lot of good reviews. In my book, however, it's really, really good because of the fact that it does implement a lot of good accessibility features, and that's the thing where I was a little bummed out when it didn't do as good as it was perceived to needed to be done. Just because the better a game does, in my opinion, in terms of like sales and stuff, the better investment you're going to be able to have in terms of like, hey, this is another good reason to make it accessible because it already sold a lot more money. So, if you keep improving on that, we're going to make more money. But when a game doesn't sell too well and they don't like the idea that it sold badly, they're probably not going to make another one of it, right? So that's why I was really, really disappointed with the sales for the new Saints Row game, because that one was really, really fun. I liked it a lot. And I could set up a high contrast mode. I can actually do that for this one too. Let me.
Circle, play, modify game difficulty, camera settings and input modes, circle button back.
Yeah, and then like this one. Oops. I almost accidentally exited the stream here. Let me move this over. There we go. Perfect. But yeah, there's lots of good games with accessibility. Depending on your platform.
Modify controller layout.
I mainly play on.
Text and voice chat access.
I mainly play on Sony.
On,
so.
Enable text. Colorblind. Aim. Colorblindness mode off. Switch. Simplify. Text chat to
Let's
speech.
see. Which
text,
one was I looking
text,
for?
Speak. Control. Menu narration
They don't have
on.
one.
Color block. Protonopia. Turinopia.
Yeah, look at this.
Trutanopia. Triangle
For
button.
color
AC
blindness,
to
this is really
block.
good. This is like they were ahead of their game with this one.
Triangle. Aim lock on. Simplified puzzles on. When enabled, rotating a node of a network bypass puzzle will automatically. Accessibility. Adjust game X. Up.
But yeah, there's it really depends on what your platform is. So I know for the Switch, they don't have accessibility features built into any of the games that I've seen, with the exception of one of the new recent games that just came out. I think earlier this year, called The Dark Prince or something. I'm drawing a blank on it, but that one has like really good color contrast, really basic, and I was like, yes, this is good design. Oh, look, this is great design. Okay, so I gotta break in here, but let me make sure I don't get caught, because I want that point. Here's what I'll do. Let me forward this guy.
Control.
Aha, boom. Got you.
Back to it.
Oh, by playing this particular game, Watch Dogs Legions? Oh, I'm sorry about that. Yeah, no, that's the tricky part. That's part of the reason why I cannot play first person games for that same exact reason. I get like motion sickness and stuff like that. And that's definitely like a challenge when it comes to gaming. Certain games can cause you to get headaches or motion sickness, and it's really terrible. I'm sorry you got that headache. Okay, so that guy wasn't in here. Alright, let me try to go up then. Let me call my... I'm gonna go up instead. Let me go somewhere. Let me go outside here. There we go. Move this one down. Go up. Aha, look at that. Made it easy. Nice. I built the quadrocopter or two in my day, and nothing terrifies me. Yeah, this game is too bright for me. Oh yeah, the quadrocopter. Do you still have it? Does it still fly? And then yeah, I can see where like bright lights come from, and stuff. Because like I have glaucoma myself, so like for me myself, I am also susceptible to like bright lights and stuff. That's part of the reason why, for me, it's difficult going out, because if I go out during the day, I got the sun blaring at me, but then I also have low vision, so I can't wear shades, because then my already limited vision essentially makes it difficult to like see and stuff. So like I have to be careful like where I step where I'll fall and break something. But then I also have the problem at night where I also can't go at night, because then you have like the sun isn't there anymore. So I have like the glaring lights from the cars and stuff. So For me, it's like very, very difficult to go out. Except it when it's cloudy days. Cloudy days are the best because then I'm like, okay, I can go out. I don't have any issues. Unfortunately, I live in an area where I get sunshine almost every single day of the year, so yeah, I have 2 to 3 built up and flew them for a while, mostly tiny first-person racing varieties. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I think they found me. Uh-oh. I done screwed the pooch on that one. Let me disable this one. I'm gonna... Yes, I can. Got you. Okay, so I need to break in here to get whatever piece is in here. Looks like it's on the bottom floor.
Where the hell are they?
Okay, so let me switch over. Let me switch my tech.
Team Kenny Harris, construction worker, circle button back.
So I was born this way. So I was born essentially severely disabled. So I was born essentially 5 months premature. And as a result, I had a lot of different disabilities that that don't affect me as much now. So I had, cerebral palsy, mild cerebral palsy, ADHD, mental retardation. I had motor skills. I couldn't really, walk around the same way that other kids could walk. I couldn't move the same way. And as I developed, I started to like develop and be, oh man, interrestricted. Okay, so let me move over. So I started as I grew up, I started to develop little by little, and I started to be able to do things in a way that other people did. For me, it just took a lot longer. But the main issues that I couldn't grow or that I couldn't get over were my low vision, right? So the problem with my eyes, so I have 20/80 vision. A lot of the other issues, kind of, I got over them slowly but surely. To this day, I still have some issues where it's like, hey, I need things to be explained to me in a specific fashion, kind of like a step-by-step kind of thing, in order for my brain to, like, be able to piece things together. That's why, like, I struggle a lot with people who are like, hey, let's go do something, and then I'm like, okay, what are we gonna do? And they'll be like, I don't know, we'll figure it out. And my brain is like, no, I need a plan. I need to know exactly what we're doing because I don't understand why we're leaving, right? So like my brain has a hard time like just coming up with things on the spot. I need to have like, here's step 1, here's step 2, here's step 3, right? In order to be able to like function. And part of that is also just, how I developed. Like the main issue with my vision never went away since I was a child, but I do have like my own challenges when it comes to that, and I'm severely nearsighted and things like that. And like I mentioned before, I also have vision issues, right? So I need things to be like specific in terms of the contrast. Otherwise, I'm not going to be able to read things, right? That's also why I have my chat specifically on the screen, because I also only have one eye. When I was born, like the left eye was essentially dying and I was always in pain. It got to the point where when I was at school, people literally thought I was on drugs because my eye was always bloodshot red, right? So I would always be like, oh, he's high, he's on drugs. And I'm like, no, it's just my eye and I don't know what to do about it. It wasn't until I got rid of my eye that the pain went away and I got a prosthetic and things like that. Um, but for the most part, like, the high contrast and things like that, being nearsighted, a lot of that is just like, my conditions in my eyes and stuff. And that's the thing that, people don't understand when you're growing up, because it's like, hey, no one understands that, you know? Is that a trap? Ooh, nice. But that's why, on one end, it's helpful because it's helped me kind of build a niche while I look for actual work and stuff. So in my case, there wouldn't, as far as I've seen. Yeah, as far as I've seen, at least at the time that I was looking into it, they haven't actually. They haven't actually. Um, so the way that I don't know how it is where you guys are from, but at least within the U.S., the way that they handle surgeries is they handle surgeries based on risk. So, what is the likelihood of success, right? Because any bad surgery ruins the hospital's reputation, and I think it ruins like their money making process, or what have you, right? And in my case, I only have one eye, so them trying to repair the one eye that I already have would be considered too risky, so they wouldn't want to do it. But in my case, I'm totally fine as long as I manage my glaucoma. I'm like good. That's the main concern for me, which is why I'm trying to find a job so I can get health insurance again. Unless I just somehow start making money off of streaming, which I think is a long shot, but you never know. Okay, I gotta find the way down. Where's the way down? Okay, the stairs are right here. Okay, gotta keep going. If I go in here, will it blow up? Okay, it won't. Good. Alright, let's see. Well, in my case, the doctors themselves consider it risky. From what they explained to me like many years ago, the doctors themselves consider it risky because of the fact that I only have one eye, right? Because that's one of the things that I think like they do transfers and surgeries and whatnot. They replace things, and I was like, "What about giving me a new eye?" And they were like, "I don't." The way they told it to me at the time was like, I don't think any doctor would want to take the risk because of the fact that you already only have one eye. Oh, Nasli. Hello, Nasli. I don't think I've seen your name before. I love games where security system solutions just leave that here in case. Yeah, no, it's definitely good. That's why I like how these are kind of set up where if they just walk by, it just like blows them up. No, so I have some medicine for it. Like my problem is because I have lived experience and because I run my own business around accessibility, like I just nerd out over accessibility. And the fact that they're making video games now that are accessible, it just gives me like more of an incentive to like nerd out even more.
Going dark.
Because accessibility is something that people just don't really consider, you know? That title sounded interesting. Oh yeah, I'm still learning YouTube, so I'm learning all the ins and outs of making titles and what have you. Because for me, I always like to just geek out over accessibility and just talk about it with anyone that willing to talk about it, you know? Just don't expect any awesome gameplay when I play Elden Ring, because I die a lot. Okay, where is that thingy-majig? I gotta find it. Because like this is the first game that implemented accessibility for Sony, so it's like it's a really good entry point to talk to people about accessibility in general, because not everyone knows accessibility or how it can be applied to video games. And I can talk about that essentially all day. Uh-oh, did someone find me? Oh, I got you. Get some. Okay, now I really have to find that talent point. Where is it? So, it's depending on who you ask, right? There's different approaches to it. So, one of the main topics that I always mention is color contrast. Mainly because, like, using my chat box as an example, right? So I have mine specifically on the screen so you can see it. The color contrast is there to help me be able to see it, and I have a magnifier over there to help me read it, right? So I've seen other gamers be able to, they have their chat box on their stream, but it's transparent, and it works for them because they can see it. Their vision is not as bad as mine, so they can see it. But in my case, like my vision is pretty bad, so I need to have sufficient color contrast in my chat box so that I can be able to read it. And I also need to have the magnifier over it so that I can read it while I'm focusing on the game, right? And that also applies to video games. When you have captions in your video games, right? Are they legible? Do they have a black background over the captions to make them legible? You know? Like these right here that are popping up right now. You've got a white text with black background over it to make it readable, right? So that's going to be readable by someone who needs them, even if their vision isn't bad, right? Because you will have other games where, for example, the text will be white, for example, but then all of a sudden you will have a white background pop up out of nowhere, and now all of a sudden you're no longer able to read the captions, right? And that's an issue of like, hey, this is basic color contrast. You don't even have to do anything, you just have to make sure that is the color contrast there. That is basic design. And that's something that not a lot of games like implement. Even games that come out nowadays aren't implementing that, and I'm like, why aren't you? But yeah, no, as you mentioned earlier, yeah, it does make games more welcoming, and that's the main goal, right? More welcoming, more product gets sold, more people enjoy your game, more money is made. But companies just do not understand that. So I've seen, let me see here. I've seen some folks try to split difference by adding contrast outline around their captions instead of a box. Do you think that's a useful compromise, or are you box better? So that one's going to be really depends. So because it depends on the user, right? So I personally prefer a full box over it, just because for me it helps me focus on the entire thing, right? It helps me focus on the entire thing, and I'm not looking at like a small line, because for me, if it's a small line that's just over the box, I might not even notice that it's there, right? If the contrast isn't there. So for me specifically, a whole box works just fine, because like when I think I've seen some that you're mentioning, Ravis, where they do have like that line over it, and I'm like, that's not, it's not sufficient enough for my particular needs. I know that it's there, but like I can barely see some of the words, right? Because the contrast, in my opinion, isn't high enough, right? Whereas if you have the box over the entire thing, that's more visible for my needs, right? So it depends on who needs it. Yeah, no. So accessibility covers a wide aspect of things, and like I know it mainly because of my lived experience as someone who was born severely disabled, and who was projected to never be able to do anything or live a quote unquote, as they call it, normal life, right? So part of me just growing up, and I can't look at that. And for Kruba, no, I've heard of Valorant, but I don't play it. I'm not sure if I would like that sort of game, but I'd have to look into it. But yeah, so accessibility itself really comes into play based on your own lived experience, right? And people are going to have different needs depending on their experiences. And in my case, like based on my own experience, I just look at things and I'm like, hey, this needs to be improved. This is how it can be improved based on my experience. And not only based on my own experience, but also because of the fact that I'm a developer. I'm a front end developer. So I know how to make websites, and I also learned how to make mobile apps as well. But I geared more towards websites just because I didn't want my job to be coding on a phone for mobile apps because I'm already on my phone a lot, right? I'd rather be coding on a computer for a website than coding on a phone for a phone. So, like, regardless of whether I want to or not, I have to look at things from an accessibility perspective whenever I'm traveling or using a bus or trying to figure out a bus's or a new city's public transportation, because if I can't use the product, it's going to make my experience a lot more difficult, right? So already I have to look at, okay, can I read these directions? Can I read this sign? Can I read that sign, right? And things of that nature. Whereas someone else would be like, okay, if I call this number, are they going to have an option for me to use the TTY service or not, right? So it really depends, and it covers wide areas. The main problem is basically just that people don't understand that, because when you make products and services, you're not making them for people with disabilities. They don't factor into it, and that's usually because of the fact that I think I might be in the wrong area. That's usually because of the fact that nobody that is building that product or service is disabled. That's the part of the reason why people like myself can have these sorts of jobs, because we bring in that expertise. So I originally learned Angular. When I originally learned web development, I learned Angular. Recently, I learned React. So right now a lot of my coding is done in React, and just implementing. Like I'm building, because I'm technically switching careers. So officially on paper, I don't have as long of a career in web development, even though I technically started in 2018, as I do for my original day job. So right now I'm building some sample websites. I built a movie review app that is as accessible as I can make it. It's usable for screen readers and keyboard users. And I'm also going to be making a sample website where you can buy video games that are accessible. You're going to go through the whole process, buy a game, receive it. You're going to get an email that says, hey, I bought this game. Here's the features or what have you. And then I'm going to put them on my personal website when I'm done with them. And then once I'm done building the sample website, I'm going to finish building my own personal website for my business, because those are all going to be helpful in saying, hey, here's my portfolio that I've made that is fully accessible, and this is why you should hire me to join your web development team, because I know accessibility and I can help you build, not get sued. One accessibility feature I've seen is built-in screen reader support. Yeah, built-in screen reader support is something that I've seen a lot myself. Specifically for Sony, this was the game that started right here. Watch Dogs Legion started that. And anyone else who has a different claim, I call them to fight me on that. Because I have not seen any games that implemented accessibility features before Watch Dogs Legion. And if they have, then I'd be more than willing to look at that game and see. But yeah, no, like you mentioned, there are other games that implement like it reads out the text and stuff. I think this game also has that feature as well, where it'll just read out the chats if you turn it on. Okay, I think it's in the prison cells. Haha, I found you! Here you are. Pick up. Got you. Okay, so we got this one down. I was wondering where it was. I was like, where's that talent point? So yeah, so there is one that you can use. It's obviously not as good as testing for yourself, but if you already know accessibility like I do, it does help you catch the areas that you yourself may not be familiar with. Because even as someone with lived experience and as someone who runs a company doing these sorts of accessibility jobs, I don't know everything about accessibility because I don't have every single disability on me, right? So there's going to be areas where, hey, it might go by me, right? So one of the tools that I use for that is a tool by a company called DQ. It's called Axe. So it is a free tool that you can use for on Google Chrome, I believe, where it'll go through and it'll tell you, hey, here are, some issues. Oh, look at this guy. He was just standing on the railing like there was nothing. That was weird. Yeah, so basically it'll scan either a portion of the website or the entire page, and it'll tell you, hey, here are the issues that it has. If your page, for example, is missing ARIA labels, it'll say, hey, this is missing an ARIA label. This doesn't have a tab index, whatever. And here are the criteria that it's not meeting. Here is a link to the description that says why the criteria is important and how you could meet the criteria, right? So that's one that I use. I use the free version, and it's pretty good. It helps me, catch things that I may not necessarily catch. But there's also things when you're building a website, for example, that are just, common sense, You don't, for example, you do not want to have audio automatically playing. Because screen reader users, as an example, they use a screen reader, obviously, and the screen reader reads everything to them. So if I have a video that is automatically playing music, and then you have a screen reader going as well, you have two sources of audio.
Auto drive now enabled.
And then if you have two sources of audio coming in, then that's just a bad user experience for the person using the screen reader. That's why they say, don't have audio playing automatically. Tab navigation is one of the mandatory settings for screen readers. Yes, you are correct. And usually with those, as long as you build things semantically, you are going to have things properly, right? Depending on how you're building it, things will follow the the left to right, top to bottom order. You may have to change the tab order depending on what your project is, but generally speaking, yes, you would need tab order to go through, because that is how it reads things as well.
Auto drive now
But
disabled.
oh, did I get to where I'm going? Let me see.
Map, City of West
Did I get to where I'm going?
Oppressed, disrupt propaganda, 0/.
Is it here?
Reporting for duty.
Okay, so yeah, here it is. Yeah, but one thing to keep in mind as well, this is something that like I immediately built into my personal website that I'm building before I stopped to work on my sample projects. Not only do you have to keep in mind of tab order, but you also have to keep in mind is the focus of the tab order, right? Is it visible, right? Do you know where you are when you're going to the page? Recently, I was applying to a job on a website, and out of habit, I just go through it and I just tab through it and I'm like, dude, I have no idea where I am, because there is no focus indicator to show me where I am on the website. So I applied to the job and I was like, okay, here's why you should hire me. Here's the issues that I found on your website. Here's why I had a problem. And here's why other people are going to have a problem too. Because I don't know where I was on your website if I'm not using a mouse. Oh God! Don't even get me started on images. Yeah, no, and again, it's because unless you come from that background, right, you're not gonna have the knowledge about that, right? So, like, I have that because like it's my life, right? I have to do it. So, like, but not everyone, has that. And sometimes you don't even have the tools to be able to implement that. That's one of the things that I find frustrating with Twitch because with YouTube, like I do have like the automatic captions rolling, right? But at least on YouTube, I can go in later and I can manually input the captions to YouTube and they'll be correct. But I cannot do that for Twitch. And as an accessibility advocate, for me, that is just very, very frustrating. Yes, you are correct. SEO needs to have that alt text.
Construction software. It's out of reach, so you'll need to use a heavy cargo drone to steal it.
All right, let's get my cargo drone in here. Yes. Now let's not get into a fight about how long or short alt text needs to be because that is a tricky question. Different people will give you different answers. Oh, trying to find me? Bring it, boo. Okay, now where am I going? I'm going over here. Alright, I need some water. I'll be right back. I'm gonna get some water. I am thirsty. Nobody chat while I'm getting water because the chat's disappeared and I won't be able to see it. Alrighty, I'm back. Oh, how cute! One of my kittens decided to just sit on top of the streaming laptop. Okay, I guess we will have a buddy next to us while we stream. It's unfortunate I cannot show you my cute little kitty. But yeah, no, you mentioned a good point. Like once you know about this, right? It is hard to ignore, right? Because you start seeing it. You know. And once you start seeing it, that's when you are able to like be aware of it. Okay, so I gotta keep going this way, I think. Am I even going the right way?
Map, City of Westminster, oppressed, disrupt propaganda, 0/2, rescue freedom.
On the back end, I'm using Node. Node.js.
Checkpoints, locations revealed, L1 button switch.
So,
Pietran.
am I, oh no, I'm totally going the wrong way, dude. Oh no, I think my character's facing the wrong way. I think that's why. But yeah, so originally I learned I learned full stack back in 2018, and that's kind of where. But even though I'm technically a full stack developer, I just enjoy the front end more, just because that is where the accessibility comes into play. The only reason why I'm doing the full stack for these project websites on top of my own is because like it helps me be able to add that as a talking point when I do interviews.
Map, current location. Current location.
Wait, where am I?
Square button
Am I not going the right way?
Reporting for duty. You.
Oh no, I'm totally not going the right way. Why do I have... Okay, see, now I'm getting confused. I have two different logos pointing the right different directions.
Map, current location. Land. Recruiter utilizing steel. City of
Wait,
West.
so why is this...
Reporting for duty. Use the cargo drone to steal the server. Lambeth, oppressed digit. Reporting for duty. Use the cargo drone to steal the server. Triangle button details. Square button track. L1 button switch tab left. R1 button switch tab
do you think
right.
website will be a thing in 10 years?
Triangle button details.
Kitty, move your paw, kitty.
Boy. Circle button back.
Kitty, oh boy. Unfortunately, Kitty has decided to just keep her paw over the trackpad and I can't move my mouse. So, I will just have to live like this. Kitty, move your paw, kitty. Excuse me. You're excused while I move my paw. Okay, there we go. Okay, now you can sleep. Oh, do you think website will be a thing in 10 years? So I think it definitely will. But because I mean, when it comes to as someone who has worked in tech for the past 10 years, there's always going to be a need to market things, right? There's always going to be a need to be able to do things in a manner that may potentially be outdated because of the benefits, right? And you see that a lot with different things. Like what did they say when you were getting those automatic retailers, right? Those checkout kiosks, I think they were calling them. They were saying that they were going to replace cashiers, right? That's what they said. Hey, this is my drone. Go away. Okay, so that's why. This is my drone. Bite me. So yeah, so what did they say, right? They said that the automatic kiosks were going to replace human workers, right? And what ended up happening? It ended up turning out that you were essentially doing the store's work for them by bagging your own groceries. It ended up causing an issue of like, hey, you know, they're stealing from us or what have you. So a lot of companies were getting rid of them because they found out, hey, you know, it's causing an issue, right? And for me, like, give me a self-checkout over talking to a person any day, right? I don't like talking to people. That's why I'm introverted. So I was like, oh. But I can see the reasons why they still had cashiers, what some of the benefits are, right? And likewise with that, I also see the benefit of why I think websites would still be a thing, because it's still a method to be able to get your message out, right? Create visibility for your product, to be able to do business. It's one avenue to do business for your product. Even though nowadays you have basically mobile apps that can also do the same thing. But the more ways you get your business out there, whether it's a mobile app or a website, the better it is for the company because they make more money. And we live in a capitalistic society where they're all about making money. And people want to make that money, so. Okay, so. Alright, so I want to do this mission and then. I think I gotta charge my controller. Am I going the right way?
Map. Photograph evidence. L1
Oh, so annoying. This way?
Map. Lambda. Map. Lambda. Press.
Let's do
digit.
this.
Recruiter. Utilize it.
Okay, there we go. I'm just gonna follow this marker. I keep getting turned around by the arrow. Okay, so let's do this. Let's turn my guy over. And there we go. Perfect. Now it's perfect. Now I'm facing the same way. The reason why you still have extremely niche private companies. Yeah, no, it's like I think of it the way that like a regular brick and mortar store, right? Like they might have their own website and their own app, but they might still want to have a brick and mortar store because they like that interaction and they still make some money on site or in store, right? So a lot of it just depends because with technology, you're always going to be having innovations. And in my case, technology with my disabilities is really the only way that I can actually make money. So, like, it's bad for my vision, but it's also the only way that I can make money. So, I don't have a choice in the matter. I have to stay in tech. Kitty, move your paw. Move your paw, kitty. No. Okay. Kitty decided that she's not going to move her paws, and now she's moved my mouse with the magnifier out of the chat box, and I can't read my chat box.
I'm here.
Good. The stolen organs should be in an ambulance on site.
So I myself am facing difficulty with just looking for work myself. I apparently, and this is my fault because I should have looked into some interview questions before I started. They asked me a question of like, how much do you want your salary to be? And mind you, I have over 10 years of experience doing accessibility related work, but I also have my lived experience, right? The amount of years I've lived as a disabled individual on top of like my tech work. So when they were like, what do you want your salary to be? I was like, anywhere between $60,000 to $80,000 a year. And apparently I outpriced myself out of the other interviews. So what I'm going to do in the future, I'm just going to lowball them. I'm going to be like, all right, I'm interviewing for positions that are paying between $20,000 a year up to $55,000 a year, because my previous salary was $52,000 a year. And even then I still had over $1,000 that I wasn't using that was just being saved up. And given my own personal situation where I have less expenses now than I did back then, I don't need to make much money. So even if I make close to what I was making before, I'd still be very comfortable. Okay, so I gotta steal that truck.
That's the vehicle you're looking for there.
Oops, let me drop this. Kitty, move your paw. Kitty, can you, excuse me, can you move? Here, let me just, no, you're not going to? Okay, there you go. Thank you, Kitty. You can go back to sleep now. Okay, so controls, drop cargo. Why can't I drop this? Uh-oh. This might be a problem. I can't drop my cargo. I need to blow it up. Alright, let me just see if I can. I don't think I can, but... Uh-oh. No, this is my robot. I didn't steal it. I gotta drop this thing, man. Oh, well, thank you, Karuba. You're so kind. But yeah, realistically, I don't need that much money, because you know what they say: more money, more stress. All right, let's do this. Drop the cargo, then hijack it. Perfect. Okay, problem solved. I'm gonna take this. This is mine now. What the? Uh-oh. That's not good. Oh, snap! Oh, that was... Oh, no. Not my Kenny. Oh, man. Great. I ruined that.
Team Kenny Harris injured. Construction worker injured and hospitalized. Natalie Tower uniformed access. Construction sites. Cargo drone. Drone summoned.
Poor Kenny. So yeah, look at this. Like even the screen reader.
Unique weapon. Weapons. Nail gun. Yentran. Barrister. Search. How to stop.
Like even for this game, like it follows the way a screen reader is supposed to work, right? It was reading from top to bottom, left to right. So that's how it's supposed to be, right? So that's very good.
Right. Your teammate won't be completing their operation so much as they'll be needing one.
Oh, those bastards. Let's go shove a boot up their backsides.
Okay.
Ha!
I think we can all agree that our construction worker plan was a mixed success.
Shit.
Luckily, I've been working on a back door into SIRS. I think I've managed to clone most of their server. We'll just need to drive our version around town a bit to augment the data.
Alright. Plan B. I'm just gonna manually steal that freaking car.
You drive. I'll grab
Auto drive now
shut
enabled.
up.
Alright, I'll just have the game drive for me.
Auto drive now disabled.
Let me set.
City of Westminster. 9L. 9. Reporting for duty. Download our data. Lamb. Recruiter utilizing. Steal the organs. Transport vehicle. Triangle button details. Square button and track. L1 button switch tab.
Is there a way I
Stop
can...
well. Fast track.
Kitty,
Shots,
no,
L1
move your...
button,
Not
switch tab
again.
left,
Kitty, move your
R1
paws.
switch tab right. L2
Kitty,
video and
excuse
R2
me.
button zoom. Cross button.
Kitty.
Point,
Oh,
circle
you're so
button
cute
back.
right now. But no, I need this. I need the magnifier over the chat box, Kitty. Excuse me. Here, let me just grab your paws real quick. Lift them up. Perfect. Okay, now you can go back to sleep. Yes, but realistically, cats are they're the boss. So you know we got to do what they say. I think every human agrees to that set of rules. There's got to be a fast travel spot.
Brixton, fast
Travel unavailable.
L1.
Alright, whatever.
Map, City of West. Lambeth.
Alright, I'll do it the hard way.
Recruiter. Recruiter utilizing steal the organs.
Disabled.
Alright, I'll let the game drive me. But yeah, no, back to what I was saying before we got killed. Yeah, so too far vehicle will be abandoned. What vehicle? What is it talking about?
I'm looking for something positive to say, but you did nothing to deserve it. That was a total failure.
What rude. Alright, let's try that again. But yeah, no. Alright, let's just go steal the darn car, I swear.
Map, City of Westminster. Lambeth, Oppressed, Digital, Shops, Parcel Fox, Brixton,
Fast travel. Ugh. Alright, fine, whatever, I'll get there myself. Jeez. Where am I?
Map, City of
Seriously? But yeah, no, so like a lot of it just depends on, you know, how good you are to manage your money. Like I had the fortune of generally uh-oh.
All units. Possible suspect or suspects reported near your location.
Control, we've received the call over.
Catch me if you can. What vehicle is it even talking about?
I'm looking for something positive to say, but you did nothing to deserve it. That was a total failure.
What freaking vehicle is it talking about? Yeah, no, so like when I was working, I had the benefit of because I can't drive, I don't have to spend money. I didn't have to spend money on like a car and stuff. So like a lot of the bills that go into like owning a car weren't something that are needed. So I was able to just save up a lot of money. So for me, I'm like, hey, 50 grand, like I'm fine. Like I've already got a meticulous plan on like early retirement. I just need to start working again. Okay, no, I think I see what it's asking me.
Reporting.
I have to download some. Okay, that's why. I'm basically getting too far away from this thing.
Data reconstruction in progress. This will do. Remain in the area until I've downloaded enough data to the server.
But I think this is the most people I've gotten watching my stream ever.
A sample of data, so I'm pushing you the coordinates to a new location.
Okay, now where do we go? I gotta take the van. Ugh, lame. This is so ugly. Oh, nice, nice. Yeah, I haven't looked at the numbers. I'm just noticing, hey, there's more people chatting in. I'm like, yay. We can all talk about accessibility.
Data from the surveillance infrastructure. Nearby CTOS drones.
So it really depends on where you live. So I technically live in San Diego. But I, like I said, I looked out. So originally, where I was living at originally, I lived like right by downtown, and I had a small studio near downtown, all utilities paid, for like $1,025, and I was making basically about $2,600 a month, you know, after taxes. So I only had food, which was about $100 or $200 a month, like $75 in rent, $75 for internet bills, and then like $1,200 in rent, and like that was it. So the rest of the money that I was making was just going to me, because I didn't have a car, right? So I didn't have a car, didn't have any other bills, so I was able to save a lot of that money. But that's not always the case for other people, because other people have, you know, cars and whatnot, So if if they had cars, it would be difficult for them to live where I was at because they would need a higher paying job. You know, so I was making about 52,000 a year, and it is doable, even though San Diego is one of the most expensive cities. California, in general, as they say, is one of the more expensive states in the U.S. And within California, San Diego, I think, is like one of the top three most expensive cities. So you have, in California at least, I think you have San Diego, you have Los Angeles, and you have San Francisco. Out of those three, I think San Francisco is the most expensive, and then you have like Los Angeles, where all the movie stars are, obviously, and then you have San Diego. Those are like, in my opinion, like the three most expensive ones. And the only reason why I was able to like have so much money left over is because of the fact that I didn't own a car and stuff. You know, but it is doable. It's just a matter of how are you managing your budget, right? Like, are you good with money management? Like, I grew up dirt poor. So like, and I tell this to my mom, like to this day, like I hoard my money. I'm like very meticulous with like what I spend my money on. So for me, if it's like, hey, I buy food because I need food. I need internet to do my job and my streams. So those are things like, hey, I'm going to spend money on. And that's part of the reason why I was able to be like, okay, you know, I'm going to go and I'm going to save my money. Why are they chasing me? Did I kill someone on accident or something? Yeah, no, the... Damn, they ran me over. Oh no, stop chasing me! Hey now. You don't underestimate a lady, I can beat you up. Boom, right in the face. Yeah, no, it's definitely, but yeah, back to the question for it, it's definitely going to depend on, you know, different circumstances. So, you know, do you have a family? Do you have a car? Things like that, right? You can find somewhere to live. It just depends on your own unique circumstances.
Can you do anything to lose your new friends? Maybe invite them to a pottery night or overshare something personal. Whatever you do, just get to the last location in one piece.
Bloody hell. All right.
Transfer complete. I'm missing one last data set. Pushing you the coordinates to the location now.
Engaging. You're mine.
I miss. I'm gonna run, bro. Move. Oh dang, he got on top of the car. No, go away. Boom, right in the face. Okay, now I can run. But yeah, no. Let's see if I can get to the last spot.
Be advised, we are on the trail.
Alright, bye Robus. See ya. Do you like countrysides? So I would love to live in like a country type area because like one of my personal dreams is like because I'm introverted, I don't like dealing with people very much.
Tourist hotspot, isn't it?
So for me, I would love it if I could just be living out like in the woods in the middle of nowhere with like for example a stream running through, right? Because that is like ideal for me. I don't have to deal with anyone or things like that. But I run into the issue of like I can't live in a place like that because I need to be able to get around, right? I need to be able to drive in a car and stuff like that. So regardless of how much I would like to live in a place like that, realistically, it's not feasible for me. Oh, kitty, no, don't knock the microphone over. Bad kitty. Go back to sleep. But yeah, that would be like my ideal situation is just living out like in the middle of nowhere with a stream running through it and just like relaxing in nature. But realistically, that's not doable because I have to live in a place where there's public transportation available because of the fact that I can't drive due to my disabilities. My vision is too bad to be allowed to drive. Unless I can get me one of those self-driving cars, but they're not available for the public yet. Alright, let me... Okay, right around there. Let me take myself. Should be around here somewhere. Where do I go? Oh, deliver the okay, so I gotta deliver the truck itself. Okay, let me make the greatest U-turn ever, because this is the only way I can actually drive a car through video games. Hey, don't get in my way. I'm trying to drive. This is the best driving anyone's ever seen, I bet. What does it say? What? Why? What did I do? Hey, stop bullying me.
Let the drones destroy the server before I'm done. Get out of the lorry and take care of them. Shoot them, throw rocks at them, destroy them psychologically with cyberbullying. Just keep them busy until the transfers come.
Oh man, they got me. Alright, that's 2 down.
Team Ventran arrested.
Alright, who do I pick next? Let's go with her. She's got a full-on gun.
Pocket, Ben for life from London Zoo. MP5 full auto SMG.
Jeez, this is starting hard. Already married. Wow. So right now I am not, but I am. Kitty, you moved the.
I knew it. I've been waiting to go anyway.
Kitty, I need to move you. Excuse me. There you go. Here, let's put you right here with your brother. Okay. Oof, oh boy, poor Kitty moved around a lot. Let's get this back to where it was. Already married. So I am not as of right now. Okay, so now let's shoot them all. But first, let's arm my traps. But a gentleman is always courteous with others. That's just good etiquette. Gentlemen are always very popular with the ladies. It's just a matter of knowing that you should treat them with dignity and respect, which not a lot of men do. God, I love how big the text is in this game. It's great. Ooh, boom! He just blew up like nothing.
What the fuck do I do about these things?
Don't let the drones destroy the server before I'm done. Get out of the lorry and take care of them. Shoot them, throw rocks at them, destroy them psychologically with cyberbullying. Just keep them busy until the transfer's complete.
This channel does not condone cyberbullying. How are you not dead yet? Yes, this channel does not condone cyberbullying. We only condone geeking out over accessibility. Uh-oh. Better hide. Before they get me.
Alright, I've got it. Now, can't lug around this
Yeah,
server
they were
forever.
actually doing
We
a
should
really good
probably
game.
wipe our prints of it anyway.
So it actually was, I unfortunately never finished it.
The electromagnetic pulse should destroy both the server and the drones. So, you know, run.
Oh snap, gotta run. How do I run again?
I was a bit fucking close for comfort.
Yes, we're all very impressed that I didn't kill you. But don't celebrate too long. New mission coming up.
Nice. So yeah, I did play the original. I never finished it, mainly because it was on my PS3. My PS3 kind of died. But yeah, I never finished it. I do have Watch Dogs 2 on my PS4, but
A lead that may help us unravel more about Zero Day and the bombings we ate shit for. I've picked up an encrypted signal from the Tone conference site that's been broadcasting on a loop since the night of the bombing. Go investigate. You might even get to try out that fancy new AR tech we stole. I mean, creatively shared.
oh, darn it, this thing hasn't been doing the captions. Ugh, lame. I hate it when OBS does a friggin' update and ruins all your settings. I just realized it hasn't even been doing the captions. Ugh, how annoying. So annoying.
What the hell? We've got a serious injury here. Call 999.
Okay, let me look up something real quick.
Alright, where's it hurt most?
Okay, so back to this. I gotta wait till my guys are my guys done yet? Healing? This one's done in
Kenny Harris, injured,
41. What?
construction. Diane Saha, barber.
I don't want her.
Jeremy Chowdhury, develop. Supin Costa, football hero. Jeremy Chowdhury, developer.
This guy's got unlimited kill steal, so he's
Jeremy
useful for
Chowdhury,
that.
developer. Square button abandoned.
Oh, he's a
recruitment,
developer
circle
just
button
like
back.
me.
Team, L1 button switch tab left, R1 button switch tab right, circle
Likewise, pleasure to make your acquaintance. I will be streaming tomorrow as well. Okay, so let's get this guy. Because nerds gotta stick together. So where is he on the map?
Map, City of Westminster. Piccadilly. Disrupt propaganda. L1 button switch tab left. R1 button switch. Lambda. Recruiter Ujai Singh. Steal the bricks. Text.
Oh, he's way over there.
Recruiter Ujai Singh. Steal the organs. Transport vehicle. Triangle button details. Shops L1. Stockwell. Square button. 9 elms. Press. Stockwell. Square button. Shops L1 button. Brixton.
So let's just
Square
go
button.
here.
Fast.
And I'll just travel there. What the... Alrighty here, let's see. Okay, so back to this here. I want to try to finish that mission from earlier. I want to see if I can.
Keep your distance.
Let me take a quick look at something. Oh boy, it's been 2 hours. I'm surprised. I don't usually stream for this long. Alrighty, back to this here. First thing you buy some, do you have money to buy clothes?
Map Lambda. Pressed.
Oh yeah, I've got 1,000 something, so I can buy some. Let me change the outfit here.
Shop outerwear, right? Shop first,
Let's see. I'm terrible when it comes to color coordination, so I am probably just gonna get something simple.
10, 12, 15, 13, 15, right, 14, right, 7, 6.
Ooh, I like this one.
16th right stick rotate R3 button toggle close L1 button switch
Oh
tab
man,
left,
wow,
R1 button switch tab
2,000?
right.
Expensive.
Right. Shop.
Let's find something
Shop
cheaper.
First, second, right, third, right. See,
this one's nice.
Right stick rotate R3 button top. Shop out. Shoot. Can wear. Bless. Shop. Second, third, right. Second, right stick rotate, R3 button toggle close, L1 button.
Perfect.
Shop black.
Okay, now, let's see if I can do that mission. At this point, I'll probably just try and steal the...
Map Lambda. Brixton Square. Recruiter Ujai Brixton barrier block restricted area, uniform.
Alright, I'm just gonna go up and steal that one, because I gotta do that to recruit that one dude, right? Remember quickly, I think that's the reason why I was trying to do it. It's to recruit a new member. So I'll let the game handle the navigation, even though it's a bit slow. Or I'll just do it myself at this point. Whoops, sorry. Came out of nowhere.
Auto drive now enabled.
Perfect. But yeah, what other games do other people play?
Auto drive now enabled.
There's a lot of good games coming out now that are implementing accessibility to varying degrees of success.
Map lamp.
Auto drive now enabled.
Map. Recruit.
Auto drive now disabled.
Look at how big the font is, it's great. Alright, so far so good. Alright, so I got 2 lectures on YouTube, 1 on Twitch. Oops, cancel that. Alright, am I here? Finally?
Map lambda. Oppressed digit.
Why isn't it taking me somewhere I don't want to go? Come on, man.
Auto drive now disabled.
Okay, now let's get going. Okay, so now let's try this again. Gotta recruit this person to my crew. And I can't do that if I don't steal this van, or whatever it is. Okay, now where is it?
Map.
Hell, it just loses
Map
its
lamp.
focus.
Recruiter utilizing.
I just think it's in here.
Map.
Okay, yeah, it's totally in here. Alright, so easy peasy. Clan Kelly. Yeah, I can take him. No problem. Start with this guy. Boom. That's for me. Oh, it's already done. Okay. Chat's gone kind of quiet. Looks like everyone probably left. No one to geek out over accessibility with anymore. Oops. Right in the face. Boom. That's a low blow. come on. You cannot hit a lady. That is rude and not very gentlemanly. Boom! Got him. Let's go up here, make sure there's nobody up here. Nice, got him. Oh, I love this game. Boom! Wrecked him. Oh, look at this.
Date. Look. The bug, the resistance.
You're listening to The Bug.
May cause nausea, vomiting and headaches. You're listening to The Bug, the Resistance comedy show brought to you by the Buccaneer Network. I'm Andy, joining me, as always, Alice.
I'm excited to be here. Apparently, the Resistance is not going well.
Again? Well, there has been some news about DedSec, the Resistance and/or terrorist organisation, delete according to preference. Not preference, sorry, delete according to whether or not you work for the government, SIRS, Bloom, the Kellys, or Albion. According to a SIRS official, DedSec is no longer a threat. Which I guess is true in that it was never a threat in the first place. Reminds me of when my great aunt Gladys had her appendix out. Oh Andy, that surgeon's a real threat, waggling that knife at me, trying to knock me out. Well, they're called a scalpel and an anaesthetic, Gladys. Anyway, if SIRS officials say DedSec is dead and buried, I guess we have to assume that DedSec has never been stronger. But I do worry, Alice.
Okay, let's get back to getting rid of everyone that's around here. Getting rid of them all is the goal. Oh, what's this? Street artists committing vandalism, paintball gun, paint bomb, sticky fingers, ammo drop skip, ETO. Alright, let's keep clearing this place out. Whoops, I fell. You shot me. I've got like no idea who's shooting at me.
Hey, I need backup here.
Uh-oh. That's gonna be a problem. Alright, I'll hide here for now. That's the plan. And I'll go back and take them out one by one.
She's gone. Pack it in.
Let me check something real quick.
Alright, guess we better look around.
No one. I'll look this way.
Fucking find her. Go!
Okay, time to go back in there.
No one here. I'll check another area.
Nothing more we can do. They're
Jeez. Came out of nowhere.
Let's get this over with. I'm taking fire!
Yeah, great. I'm just trying to steal that car, man. Come on. Stop making my life difficult.
Map Lambeth, oppressed digit.
There's gotta be a way down from here.
GBB, first on the scene, first to bring you the news.
Ah, staircase. Found it.
Search complete. Nobody's in.
Nice, got them all. Now,
Map Lambeth. Recruiter utilizing steal the ore.
okay, I'm taking this. It's mine now.
Got the ride, now what?
I suppose our friend would like it if you took the organs to a hospital, but you could also technically eat them. I don't have a strong opinion either way.
Alright, let's get out of here. That took a while. It only works for the Wi-Fi enabled cars. Okay, I gotta drive this manually. Oops. Alright, everyone get out of my way. Oh boy, look how far away that is. Such a long trip. This quest better be worth it.
Life expectancy in the UK continued its fall, reaching its lowest point in 20 years, according to an Office for National Statistics report. Join GBB for an analysis of this distressing trend.
Why are they not getting out of my way? I'm an ambulance. Ooh, look at that nice double-decker bus. I wish I had those in the US. Kilometers. So far away, no, that's meters. Alright, at least I'm almost there. See, they don't even get out of the... Oh, now they are. Move, 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 move. Out of my way. That's a pretty nice feature they added.
Congratulations on your great victory.
All right.
I'll let the hospital staff know about this special delivery while you call our hacker friend.
Done.
Nice work. No more rich fucks cutting the organ donation line. Now they can wait for death like us commoners.
Hey, our squad always needs new blood. You in?
Hey? Yeah. All right.
Nice. I got my guy, all right. Oof. Alrighty.
Resume. Mission. Team. Supin. Arujaya Singh. Jeffrey Khan.
Wait, was this a...
Arujaya Singh, paramedic, recruited by Operative Gwyneth Griffiths.
Oh, does that mean I got my guy back? Alright, nice. That worked out. I got my constructor dome guy back. Perfect.
Resume, search. Missions, main mission. Digging up the past. Synchronize. Bagley has downloaded a new optic patch that allows users to find active. Enter the assassins. DedSec have caught wind of the ongoing conflict between the Assassin Brotherhood and the Templar Order. This is bigger than anything DedSec has seen before. The only way to learn more is to follow the strange drone flying around London, track down the drone and download more data from it. L1 button, switch tab.
Okay, that one looks fun, so I'll do this one in a little bit.
Resume. Circle
when
button
I come back. I need to take a little bit of a break first, though, because it's been almost 3 hours and I'm hungry. So I will come back to this in a bit. Kitty, no, Kitty. Oh, Kitty decided to come sit on the computer again. Excuse you. Alright, so let me stop the stream for now, and I'll be back in about an hour. Thanks to all who watched.